Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Starcom Unknown Space. Today's beverage is a quite sweet yet very nice mango and papaya juice drink. So welcome back to Starcom. Previously, where do I begin? We originally did some trading, and that meant trying to get some parts for some better engines and some more reactors. The latter I did manage to do, but the former, get the bigger engines, well, it didn't work because the trade value is, I believe, plus 80% markup, so yeah, we just couldn't afford it. We then ended up crashing into a comet. We bumped into the emissary, not physically, but we did go through a wormhole that I think they created to a sector with a ring world, which we scanned and figured out that A, it's massive, who would have known, and B, we really don't have the technology and time to scan the entire thing, so we'll have to come back to that. We then did some chatting with the CX traders, which give us some medical supplies to drop off to some silicon-based life forms, so that's miles away. We also know that there's a sort of remnant star that we have to check out, and finally the Commodore of the station is a bit cagey and not really saying much about potential weapon technology that we have found in some experimentation from our faction, and they won't tell us. To be fair, I understand they've got orders, and I respect that. But yeah, that's about 10% of what happened. We also have obviously spoke about the Fallen Empire, which left the, I guess the remnants were called, well, no, I have to be careful here. There's the remnants of the Fallen Empire, which is the Devout, but also remnant technology, which was before the Fallen Empire, I think. And anyway, anything about the Goya, and no reference to them in our research so far, though it's clear there are many minor species factions without enough detail to associate with the present-day faction. What about reference to the Emir? Matter of fact, I was just reading an interesting databank on the Emir. The Emir were the dominant species in the Imperial military. Since the Empire had no military rivals, it's hard to evaluate their strength. It seems like there were multiple legions, with most powerful being the first, followed by second, and so forth. Non-legion Emir were like local constabulary. The first legion commanded the Imperial chariots and are not mentioned in any post-Empire accounts. The second legion still claim to serve the Empire, though they're derelict for a world. Money and Empire are dialect, sorry, for a word for money and Empire are interchangeable. Oh, that's why they, we can pay them. What about the CXTA? The faction principal responsible for logistics during the Empire's reign, transporting raw materials, low-tech goods, and so forth between worlds, did not produce them locally. It was in contrast to the Imperial Trade Guild, who could buy and sell Imperial goods. Imperial goods were a special term for technology so advanced there was no risk of being reverse engineered by the purchaser. So you've got different tiers and class systems here. What about the Devout? I was finding tell they were religious awakening that emerged during the late Fallen Empire's period. Their precise beliefs are a bit confusing. They clearly worship the remnant artifacts, but specific beliefs are hard to pin down. They became increasingly fanatic over time, but were surprisingly unconcerned with orthodoxy. Most fanatical groups are pretty strict on adhering to some specific beliefs. What about Whiskermug in your research? Maybe. Reminder, the Universal Translator generates identifiers for the proper nouns based on context and so forth. Looking for the underlying language, even for a Xeno expert, problematic. Some references to the entity that might match Whiskermug. Marked them as obvious folklore. The character rode across the stars on a giant pink horse, arm wrestled a Talonian, and challenged a black hole to a drinking contest, that sort of thing. The stories go back to the early Empire, so seems unlikely to even been loosely inspired by a living being today. Anything else? No. Okay, so we found out more. The main thing is that Devout are the leftovers and the sort of fanatic faction, as it were, of the Fallen Empire. The Fallen Empire in itself was also looking into the remnant tech. So we have a couple of places we can go. I don't need to go over to this ring world because I can't do anything there, I don't think. We do still have some more stuff to identify over here. It says unsurveyed. Okay, there's more stuff to crack on there. We've got medical delivery over that location, and then the variable star there. I think I'm going to go down to this yellow star, and then hopefully go to this medical delivery. I'm tempted just to sort of head in that direction. We'll see anyway. Obviously, going from here to here is only a short little jaunt, so we should be alright. Our void effect also should increase as we head away from the system, and also we've put on the bigger wings now to aid us in that void effect. Guns are about the same. Energy is similar to, and what's that? It's a monitoring station. Okay, when in doubt, let's scan it out. So over to the monitoring station, and we'll see what it has to say. Not much, but the weapons have activated, which is curious. Okay, I want to scan it first. So, alien vessel. At first inspection, this is an antiquated communication relay that was probably recently pulled into the Cygnus gravity well, but Ensign Galeese notices power emission levels above what the decaying reactor should be producing. Further research reveals that while the station is indeed old, someone has modified the fairly recently with covert monitoring equipment powered by hidden batteries. Concealed sensors are monitoring tau neutrino emissions in the overall background radiation using a method more sophisticated than our own detectors, but I'm unclear as to why someone would go through such lengths to hide the scientific survey. After tearing out the old relay network, Ensign Kepler spies some hidden transmitters and data logs. Okay. You can shoot it as well. So, this thing is looking for the neutrinos. I think that's also... This was definitely kicking out some exotic particles of some kind. It does say... It's not unscanned. Okay. I'm going to leave that where it is. I mean, like I say, I can shoot it. And I can... I can certainly damage it and destroy it. I don't particularly want to. I don't really want to come across as, you know, the guy that just scans it, can't figure out what it is, so we shoot it. Obviously, that would take it apart, and then we might be able to find some technology there, but, well, I'd rather leave it be. I obviously shot it a little bit there, just to test its hull deflection capabilities, you understand. Anyway, heading over to this new area here, we have a desert world, we have a terrestrial world, yellow star, etc. Nothing else yet on the scanners. I do think we are... Oh, we found a flinger. Okay, that's good, because this might lead to, you know, any of these. We'll have a scan around. Again, not too sure what we're going to find. All manner of technology is available. Let's just do some scanning. Core of this planet is hedral crystalline carbon, aka diamond, roughly 10 to the power of 24 carats in the classical units. So, worth a lot. Alright. No anomalies though, because apparently that isn't an anomaly. Let's scan here. Survey team to deploy, and there's a flinger. An ancient stone pyramid rises out the thick mountain jungle. It's just mostly overgrown. Have the team explore. At one point, the interior is equipped with sophisticated technological furnishings, most of which have been stripped away by looters. Academics is dedicated to the study of wormhole gateways. They made some dramatic insights shortly before research stopped abruptly. Documents stored in low-res holographic crystals remain, and Tritton explains it was an academic institution. So, yes, they were trying to find out. Yes, all of that. Oh, hang on, wait, no, don't go through the... We've catalogued structures of a similar style across multiple planets. While many civilizations build pyramids, the distinctive faceting is unusual and strongly points towards construction of a common culture. Yes, indeed it does. And we are in another area. And, oh, what's that? It's another hauler. This is the CX tier hauler, which we know is, well, at this stage, anyway, they are potentially able to carry whatever they want, but previously it was only stuff that couldn't be reverse engineered. Anomaly detected from orbit. It's a mild magnetic field generated by construct ferrous materials. Let's direct the research, the search for mineral deposits. So we'll have a quick scan of that one. Jackpot. Yes, we got some platinum. Excellent. Okay. We have ice. And we have, let's actually head to the ice planet. So we have an ice planet. We also have a flinger and some rocky places to scan as well. Let's just go out. So, orange star. There's the medical delivery. So that's where we're trying to head to. Naturally, we will. I think we're going to intercept this hauler actually. Yeah. Oh, and there is a wormhole generator. Okay, so we can get back relatively easily, which is good. Structures crude facsimile of the Remnants gateways. Crude compared to the Remnants, I mean, it would be a major engineering feat for Starcom. Oh, so it's not a Remnant gateway. It is maybe one that's been cobbled together. This large artifact is quite advanced, but it is at least within the technological space we can comprehend. Glyphs on the structure's surface translate to Heretic portal. There is an interface for remote access, but the directions of access seems to be encrypted. Okay. Oh, I kept scanning it. And basically the game again is throwing a bit of a, not a curveball, sorry, it sort of helped us out a bit. Yes. Analysis suggests that one-time pad encryption, we won't break it without the key. But it does say Heretic portal. So I don't know what the deal is on that one. More mysteries to uncover. This is CXTA 3299, carrying authorized cargo only. We would like to trade. Oh yeah, yes, of course. They won't trade with us. They only carry authorized cargo. Why are they going here though? There's nothing here that they can trade. There's no one that can trade with. And we do have the Heretic portal, which is different on the map. So we'll see. We're going to scan around as per. A large antenna structure is the only technological object on the rocky planet sent to detect regular long-range transmissions of an unknown content. Outside surface is covered in glyphs that the Universal Translator interprets as roughly sincere warning, danger on opening, high energy risk from tampering, scans detect platinum and copper. I think the translator is off on this one. It's closer to Devout warning, Heretic portal opening monitor, attack response on tamper detection. Have Ensign Galeese try to analyse the antenna's purpose, plus 5%. Dismantle the antenna, have the team return. Let's scan. Antenna is monitoring space-based structure in the star system. Okay. It's also transmitting regular information via subspace to some unknown distant receiver. While it consumes a moderate amount of power, there's little danger of anyone, even with the basic electrical safety skills. Dismantle for resources. I'll have the team return to the ship. Ooh. Okay. I mean, I'm tempted to dismantle it. Team is able to extract a significant amount of copper and a modest amount of platinum. 51 copper and 5 platinum. Will that come back to haunt me? Because I've... Oh, yeah, that's bad. So, ships have turned up and they are firing. Right. We have... I believe this is the Devout. So one thing I'm going to do is... I'm going to put on plasma cannons, auto fire, and I'm going to put control to smart fire in the fixed guns because I want to see what it's like. Oh yeah, interesting. Right, so a couple of things of note. Firstly, smart fire. I don't like it this well for that less than 10 seconds of trial, but the auto fire for plasma cannons is good because it was actually shooting down the missiles. I don't know if you saw there, but did I just blow them up in one go? I really did. A Devout dual databank. Right, let me have a quick check on that one. Cargo. A databank to locate Whirlpool. Whirlpool is apparently what the Devout call wormholes. They were using something called whispers to try and locate specific one. And the dual databank. Long-term gravitational field analysis of massive octahedral object reveals subtle differences in this region's void effect. Apparently the Devout have been monitoring it for quite some time. Crew. We have skill points. Ah, right. So I'm going to probably put it into something that we can get a bonus overall. So we'll have to go back to the... we'll have to go back to the station in order to do that. Okay. Right. An abandoned mining vessel sits in a local miasma of highly corrosive gas. Galeese notes that the hull appears to have been designed for this environment. It's slowly, however, been eating away. Let's try and investigate it. Whoever left here Took most of the valuable components. Did leave sensitive monitoring equipment. Plus 6 platinum. Okay. So we can go through the flinger to the jump gate, but I am going to go back to our Heretic portal because it says additional interactions, and we have just interacted, as it were, with the Devout. But I don't have the tech for that. Okay, fine. Yeah. I also don't have the guided missile tech either. Right. Yeah, I do want to increase the skills on the crew here, but we'll continue going through the flinger. This isn't really getting us any close. Let me just drift in that. Whee! This isn't getting us any closer to this medical delivery, though, which is a bit of a shame. And that Heretic portal doesn't seem to... is not going to really help us out at this stage. But, you know, it's laying seeds. Fair enough game. More scanning. We're going back to classic early episode gameplay now, just scanning systems, which I really like. Planetary survey. This material is incredibly hard, but the interior monomolecular fibers allow for it to flex under stress. The microstructure was probably reconfigurable. In short, nearly the perfect building material. No idea how it was made. Right, okay. We found some really good building material, which we can't do anything with. Based on our prior studies, I think that might be the first example of a late Fallen Empire architecture I've seen. Hopefully we find more examples in comparison. Okay, well we are travelling further away from our home base in this area anyway. Let's do a bit of scanning here. This is Oceanic 01. An island archipelago is dotted with settlements that defy standard technological progression analysis. They have not been achieved by spaceflight or any flight beyond simple gliders, but they have other technologies only a few decades behind our own. Despite their lack of rocketry, they give the survey lander arrival only modest attention. Representative of the local Pontigate greets the team. Via the translator, she explains that they have access to resources they know as Star Travelers prize greatly and are happy to trade. Okay, while the monetary base is silver, they particularly need aluminium for the gliders, which is the primary form of transportation. Okay, we can trade. Oh, titanium is really cheap for them, and there's also an island glider, which is silver. Okay, well I needed... What did I need for the engines? I needed gold. Yeah. Needed gold. But we only have a certain amount of silver to trade. Okay. So far trading for me has not been overly beneficial, because I just don't seem to have the resources. Sell price is +8, and buy price is +86. Okay. We've got more options for trading, which is good. Let's do some more surveying. I'm still wanting to get over to that medical delivery. I might just have to brute force it and just head towards it. I'll go through this flinger first and see where that goes. The fact that it's pointing this direction is of note. Oh, that's very pretty. That's a gas giant J4. No anomalies detected. It's very pretty, isn't it? And then we'll scan this one. Rocky World. Survey team. Deploy. And a heavy research ship has been stripped of its drives and buried as a makeshift bunker. Judging from the incursions of flora into the support system, it has been unoccupied for some time. Searching of the space, nothing of value. However, someone was working on translating a fragment from yet another language. Their most complete effort reads: Lab 3, Generation 3 clones, Capsule Unknown, 30, Stable Sterile Marker inserted, Capsule 109, Stable Sterile Marker inserted, Capsule 228, Near Match to Reference Sample, Live Marker inserted. Have the team return the ship. Okay, someone was cloning, perhaps. But what sample? Don't know. Zip to another area. Oh! Yeah. That's far. I didn't know the jump gates went this far. Right. It's an orange star, and there's nothing on sensors just yet. But there is a wormhole. Generator. That is good for us. We can get back. Okay. Luna. Nothing there. There's the legendary steed of Whiskermug. Yeah, as I said, there's lots of different tropes in sci-fi. One of them is the generational ship, or the whole idea of a legacy going on and on and on and on. And the one that springs to mind is, for some reason, the whole Ace Rimmer thing from Red Dwarf, where essentially there's multiples of them. Once one goes, either someone's always replaced from either a different timeline, a different universe, etc. And that could be similar to this Whiskermug. The ship might be the same, but the person in charge might be different, but you know, fun's in finding out. Anyway, a tropical system here, I think. Small clearing the edge of a vast forest. Biosignatures are strong and diverse. It's not immediately clear what trapped the anomaly detection algorithm. Let's see, scan for biomed, and oh, we failed. Ensign re-identifies the signalers overhead, and somewhere high up in the canopy using ballistic belay, a reascends almost 80 meters to where they report a spectacular view and clutch some very intensely brightly coloured eggs. Oh dear. Suddenly the sounds by a loud commotion, followed by waves of barely controlled descent. A large predatory avian creature with enormous talons had surprised them during the analysis of the eggs. Fortunately, Ensign Ray's environment suit was able to protect them. They are now injured, 69% health. Remember, the command crew is being injured. They will recover in time, but will be operating reduced skill. So yeah, we need to return, and let's go away. There's a bit of a naughty animal there. I said not that actually. We're the one at fault. We're the one that was basically raiding the. I'm gonna have to chat with this guy again. We were raiding the clutch of eggs in the nest, so it's sort of our issue really. Let's see if this guy wants another chat. I want to trade with you. Look at that. They like yttrium. So we can get missile engines and missile warheads. That'll give us access to missile technology. Quite frankly, I would like more. The gold is actually really cheap, and if they're really wanting weapons tech, and I thought I had some of that. Well, I've got 30. I've got 33, but can't really trade that over. Copper, we've got some. Apparently they're really alright for platinum, but I don't know if I want to trade all my platinum over. I just want to trade some amount of resources. They've got none of this other stuff. That's, what's that? Adamantium. Volatile transdimensional element using high energy experiments. Xenium stuff. Is that, what's that? Hard, dense silver white metal. It's expensive anyway. Few trades. We can get the gold that we need for our weapons eventually then. Okay, we'll have another scan around. There's the hauler. Oh yeah, the game's... It's not a big fan of going for an autopilot when there's another vessel in close proximity. So, we'll do our scanning. So, there's definitely a wormhole generator here, but it's really out the way. So we need to go over to that orange star, then that medical delivery there. That was the overall goal for our mission today. But again, we will get sidetracked. It's very easy to get sidetracked in this game. So we'll do some scanning, then we'll head back, and then hopefully we'll find some sort of wormhole generator over there. Planetary survey. Sultry automated drone landed on here long ago that the landing struts have fused with the rock surface. And not particularly sophisticated, +7 titanium. It's alright. Resources are good for us. Scan this area. Another survey team to be deployed. And this should be pretty much it. Oh! Prick sets the lander down on top of a high ridge with commanding view and dramatic lighting. We have another pyramid. Structure has an opening on one side facing the collapsing city. Inside is a gruesome sight. Hundreds of desiccated corpses show signs of both blunt trauma and kinetic weapon damage. Murals have been defaced with graffiti. False paths through the remnants domain are false idols and will be washed in blood. True paths are seen with devotion. One of the corpses is a foreign object inside its digestive tract. Dissect the corpse. Individual apparently swallowed the object prior to their death. Ensign Ray notes that they're giving their anatomy. This would eventually have killed them without surgical intervention. It's a kaleidoscope. Okay. Ingeniously stores fairly high-density data in a crystalline structure, shining a bright light through. One end reveals a constant binary pattern through the other with an error correction mechanism. Oddly, the data seems completely random. 30 research points. Okay, so we're heading back. Just. Oh! I think that was a different vessel there that was coming in. I don't think it was the traders. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, let's jump back. As I said previously, we are heading over there. It's going to be a bit of a trek, but we should be alright. While we're doing that, let's see about our crew. So we do have... It occurred to me that the random data in the kaleidoscope relic could be the key to accessing that heretic structure. Previously unknown object closing in. What? Who is this? Brogada Barak. Oh. Who are you then? Oh, we're closing in on each other's vessels. Ah. The Brogadar captain. They look very cozy. What is this? A little starship all by its lonesome. No Devout insignia. No Emir escort. Your markings are of a faction that we don't recognise. Who protects you? Do not be afraid. We will make sure you're safe by us. Is this a shakedown? Protection from what? Protection from what? It seems Universal Translator has inadvertently conveyed our message with a subtle implication of threat, such is the problem with these devices. Safe by us should have been translated as safe from us. The threat was meant to be explicit and unambiguous. Give us money or we will hurt you. P3 gold for protection or refuse to pay. I'm refusing to pay. We scan to show that you will find a great deal more than 3 gold in the salvage from your ship and communications. Oh. Yeah, they are definitely bigger than us, but they don't want any of this. I can outrange them. Okay. I'm just worried about what they'll do if they manage to hit like that. Wow. Okay. Can confirm that's bad. Running away. Wow, they have broadsides. Wow. Okay. Activate engines and run away. I have caused considerable damage on their vessel. But they have broadsides. Why is that firing all over the place? Oh, it's because I've got it to auto fire. And I think... Truth be told. What's that? I could say save incomplete. It's not incomplete. It's just trading. Yeah, I think we've done considerable damage to them. But this thing's not firing correctly because it's on auto magic lock on. But I'm going to go back. We're on 95% repaired. And our long range fire was better than their... Well, it was working until they got close and broadsided our ship. I think they're running, you know. Oh no, they're turning around. I could regret this decision very, very quickly. All I wanted to do in this episode is get medical supplies. That's all I wanted to do. But no, the game had other things in mind. take their engines out. There's one gone. I don't want to get on this side of it because I know that's where the broadside is. Right. Let's get past it. Like that. Spin around. Fire. For some reason the fixed guns are really not firing as fast as I thought they would be. They are trying to run away. And we're repaired now. Our guns are working a bit more. I'm targeting their central core. I think they've got deflectors. I'm going to get away because I don't want to get too close to them because I can sit at long range and fire here all day long. Wow, that was a big explosion. Right. It's over to the orange star. Right. That was a thing. We found a chest. So from the debris, secured with a biometric encrypted protocol. It's unbreakable. Unfortunately, the chest was not. Drilling into the lock gave us access to planetary survey log. Okay. Oh, so does that mean if I press map then? The log shows landing on a particular uncharted planet. I've marked the location on the map. Yes! Where? There. Oh. Wait, in the Heretic region. Because of course it is. Once you fully explore the system, the star will automatically be dimmed on the nav map. Makes it easier to spot sectors where planets are left to investigate. Ah! So that yellow star. Not over there. So I know that that's all okay. Right, that's fine. That's good. Right, that thank you, game. That's good to know. Let's go at this gas giant. So we're heading over to this medical delivery. The item we found inside the alien's intestines may be the key to unlocking that area. Yes. I don't know if I want to unlock something called a Heretic portal. Oh, what's that? There's something on the sensors there for a moment. What's that? What is that? It's very small. Let's have a look. What is that? It's tiny. Celestial artifact. This is basically an enormous drive system with navigation system and databank. Presumably it was used to deliver messages across large distances that were either not connected by warp gateways or couldn't wait for the next routed vessel. Components are not particularly of high quality. Dispatches databanks, while particularly corrupted by radiation from the unshielded drive, contain large amounts of bureaucratic reports as well as some interesting academic correspondence and research data. Research on the bolt-on proceeding too cautiously. Research data contains exhaustive compilation of what certain academies learned regarding reverse engineering Telonian constraint protocols, which is not very much. Okay. So it's basically a courier pod. So, heading over here. Let's see about scanning all of these areas, and then we're not too far. I don't know, we're miles away from the medical delivery. Brilliant. I'm very surprised that we won that fight, to be fair. I think we only won because of basically range. Ooh, a wormhole gateway. Perfect. I will scan this very pink gas giant. I wonder what gases would cause that. Right, it's all going to depend on wavelength. Oh, I saw a comet there. Zipping past. I don't know if you saw. There was a comet for a second. Spin around. Wormhole gateway is good. There's the comet. Oh, it's coming back round. Yep. Let's see if I can analyze it. Here it is. Comet is nearly perfectly crystalline core, likely caused by the stability of the system's Lagrange points. How curious. I wonder if all... No, I was going to say I wonder if all systems have a comet. Why would they? This is no reason why they couldn't. Surveying system. Looks like the remnants of a pit stop. With vastness of space hardly unusual for travellers to leave some junk behind. What is unusual is leaving valuable resource-rich components behind. Titanium, yttrium, and platinum. Okay. Curious. Well, there's one more planet to survey, and then we'll probably head back. I was planning on go to the medical delivery, but we've already done so much that... 3 comets we've seen allowed me to further refine our model for the... What's that? Is that debris? For the evolution of the universe, close to our own, but with subtle differences, particularly during the inflationary epoch. Oh, wow. I say wow for a couple of reasons. Firstly, lots of research points. Secondly, yeah, we've gained more understanding. Wow, look at all this. This system's massive. So, medical delivery, Heretic portal, the Brogadar, I think, the variable star, the ring world. Whoa, was our ship burning? Yes, passing too close to the star. Okay, head back to here. So, we're going to leave there for now. That's been a bit of Starcom Unknown Space. I'm not going to get closer to this because, quite frankly, we'll end up bumping into... Oh, no, they're doing their rounds. Oh, more ships turning up. Yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Starcom Unknown Space. More exploration and, well, more mystery. But, certainly, a whole lot more missions. We discovered a planet with trace of fallen empire apparently once dominated the region. Heretic portal. We found the ability to open it up. We need to know about this Brogadar, where we know where they are. And I think we can probably start having a good go at the remnants now. And we need to deliver... Yeah, we need to deliver the medical supplies, which is a little bit of a just basically a transport thing. Yeah, we've got crew to upgrade, lots of stuff, and obviously speaking to people on the space station. Leaving it there for now. That's been a bit of Starcom. Once again, hope you have enjoyed it. A bit of a long burn series, this one, but I'll continue playing as long as I and the 2 people that watch it enjoy it. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. Take care and generic partings.